Hi, my name is Christopher Smith, and welcome. Today, I'm going to discuss narrative identity and some of the relation to psychology in real life. To begin here today, I'm going to ask my audience to take a step away from reality. I will ask to clear the mind and take steady breaths. And now I want to visualize a human being and stop there. This right here, in just a few moments, I helped create characters. These beings that were just created in our minds are a fresh canvas, and they are all completely different. In some sort of way, we have some short, some tall, some male and female. They can be of any race, religion, and culture. There are no specifics, and there is no limit. I did not tell you to add any of the details. You yourself added them. These details you piece together were from either your own past experiences or even from your most wild desires. French literaturist Paul Ricoeur quoted this after he had completed some of his studies about narrative identity, and he came to a realization what it was. Narrative identity takes part in the story's movement in the dialectic between order and disorder. And that I read that and I felt a pull in my reality strings, as I like to call, something that pulses or calls and makes sense to me. And I thought I would share that with you. When we begin from scratch, creating our own identity, because this character that we have to produce can literally be anything. The big picture is you're going to have a systematic character that has order, and the dots are connected, but you never want to start big. In fact, you're going to throw a bunch of ideas around, and you may even come up with a few characters along the way, and you're going to come up with a bunch of silly ideas that are going to sound weird, but you just have to keep the imagination going. You could even start listing feelings that were brought up through the day or the week or what happened in real life, and use anything. This is a blank slate. It's a fresh canvas, and it's waiting for your imagination. And then when you get all these ideas together, you're going to transform these characters into these ideas into a character, my bad. And the best analogy that I could fit it into would be with the example of our friend here, Ditto. He is a character that can transform into literally anything. And that is kind of the idea here of, you see these other ideas out here, you have your other imaginations, imaginative thoughts that could all be created into something, and it's yours to describe and create. Nothing else can factor into that, no matter anyone else's opinion. But you're going to sift through all these ideas, and you're going to transform it into a character, and then you're going to complete the character, as in giving it touches. Now this here is what a video gamer would call a skill tree. And a skill tree, essentially, throughout a game from start to end, you build for the character different skills to use either in combat or whatnot. This I thought was a good idea to use as an analogy because this right here also shows different gears that you can equip on your character. That's the best way I could put from words to reality of trying to build your character without copying pages out of a book. And besides, more modern times require modern solutions. When the character that we've been working on comes to a point of where we know what it is, its purpose, the skills, the backstory, his knowledge, or her knowledge, the character is complete. You're going to have your connected storyline that can include a satisfying background or mysterious. Who knows where this guy came from, but you already do know. And that's where you have your room for development. It's a never-ending story, literally, because if you thought that you were finished, you're really not. You just began. Just building an identity does not necessarily mean the character is finished. Because we are finished creating the character, throughout a story, there's this thing called character development. And this is big, but not just to keep the reader entertained, but also to complete the character's identity. This is our friend Zuko. Now, Zuko is one of the best examples I could bring out for character development. A lot of characters that involve heavily developed sense and stories are from bad guys to good guys. Throughout history, we've fallen in love with so many characters, not because of their good looks or charming personalities. We love these characters because of who they are and what they've accomplished. Most start astray and evil, and they develop into a fan favorite after they come through and help out with the main character, typically the good hero type. Imagination is your greatest tool. It can also be a weakness, as you can get too creative, but you do not let that stop the ideas from coming out, because you can always cut out those silly ideas when it comes to the chopping block. Writer's block sucks, and it may seem like there's nothing to put down. The first part of the problem is not writing anything, so the first thing would be to start flowing the words out and then let your mind wander. It's not what we make of ourselves, it is what we make from ourselves. We want our audiences to completely understand the who, what, when, where, why, how, and what they had to eat that morning. The best part is that you, the author, can describe your creation in any way, shape, or form, even if your audience does not like how you described it, just like in life. Who asked their opinion? Thank you, everyone.